Please do not give or take paracetamol or crocin immediately when there is a fever. I am Dr. Malak Shah, classical homeopathy consultant. Want to tell you something which is very, very, very important for fever. Actually, fever are very, very beneficial. ये समझने के लिए we need to understand what actually the fever is. Fever is not actual the illness, but it is our body's natural response to fight against infection. So जब भी कोई भी वायरल इन्फेक्शन या बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन या फिर कोई भी इन्फेक्शन जब हमारी बॉडी में एंटर होता है, तो उस टाइम पे हमारी बॉडी वो इन्फेक्शन को बाहर निकालने के लिए हमारे बॉडी का टेम्परेचर थोड़ा बढ़ाती है. सो इट्स एक्चुअल because of our own immune system's response against that infection, ये fever आता है. So that's why fever are beneficially when it comes, it actually it help us to fight against any kind of bacteria or the virus. और नॉर्मली बच्चों में ऐसा देखा गया है कि जब भी उनको फीवर आता है वो नॉर्मली हाई ग्रेड ही होता है compared to the adults or the old age persons. So don't be panic when your child having a very high grade fever. So this is the indications. So you can wait up to 10 ounce Fahrenheit when your child or you are having that kind of a fever. It is to be considered as an optimal temperature or the fever. So please do not be panic at that time. When the fever is more than 10 ounce Fahrenheit, then and then only it's a kind of a alert sign. So at that time you should immediately call your doctor. So actually fever are a kind of a benefit, as I told you earlier, जैसे हमने पहले भी बात किया, it help us to fight against infection, it slows bacterial or viral growth, it increases WBC, कि जिसकी जो हमें हमारी बॉडी को और हमारी जो इम्यून सिस्टम है वो वायरल या इन्फेक्शन है होता या फिर बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन को फाइट करने के लिए WBC को बढ़ाता है. सो इट्स एक्चुअली द फीवर आर आवर बॉडीज रिस्पॉन्स टू प्रोटेक्ट आवर बॉडी एंड इट डजंट कॉज एनी हार्म. So of course you also keep all these alert signs when you or your child having a fever. If your child is less than 3 months or old, if you find there any rashes along with fever, when there is a difficulty in the breathing or any other kind of a coughing along with fever, if you find there is a stiffness of neck and the child would not be able to look up, when your child is having would not be able to drink as much as water if he need to drink, or I will say when there is a fever, diarrhea or vomiting along with fever, if you find योर चाइल्ड इज सो मच सो स्लीपी, आपको ऐसा लग रहा होगा कि मेरा बच्चा जो है वो सो ही रहा है, उठ ही नहीं रहा है आफ्टर फीवर, और आई कैन से if your child having a high grade fever more than 24 hour, or I can say more than the 48 hours, then you need to consult your doctor. You can wait up to that. सो दूसरा एक जो हमारे माइंड में कंटिन्यू रहता है कि अरे अरे यार किसी को फीवर बहुत ज्यादा आ गया, एंड इफ द योर चाइल्ड गेट कन्वल्जन, देन स्टडी शोज दैट कि each kind of all febrile convulsions are not having a long term damage. वो जो होते हैं a kind of a meningitis की वजह से जो convulsion आते हैं along with the fever, these are the kind of the convulsions which are actually damaging the child of your body. Not all kind of convulsions which happens during the fever are damaging the child's body. So study shows that they are having a same kind of academic progress intellectually and behaviorally when even if your child is getting a kind of a febrile convulsions. So please do not be panic when there is a fever and even if there is a convulsion. But of course, contact your doctor immediately, I can say, if you find such kind of symptoms. So how to manage your fever? First of all, as I told you, do not be panic if there is no emergency. The another thing I will say, please do not give directly crocin or paracetamol, because when you give crocin or paracetamol तो उससे क्या होगा कि फीवर के जो सिम्टम्स जो है फीवर के साथ भी और जो भी सिम्टम्स आने वाले हैं वो सब सप्रेस हो जाएंगे, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच थिंग यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू गिव द एग्जैक्ट साइन एंड सिम्टम्स टू योर डॉक्टर. सो उसकी वजह से it will be delay in treating your child, whether it is a malaria or a typhoid or any bacterial infection or any viral infection or any other food poisoning or what are those things because of which this fever happens. Fever किसकी वजह से आया है वही हमें पता नहीं चलेगा. So actually which delays the treatment of your child, because we need to understand the cause of the fever rather than just I can say the vanishing of the fever. So of course you monitor the temperature regularly and be alert for the warning signs as we have already discussed earlier. You can call your homeopathic doctor and do follow whatever your doctor says accordingly. ऑफ कोर्स अलोंग विद दैट थिंग आप अपने बच्चे के यहाँ फोरहेड पे आप जो गीला कपड़ा जो होता है क्लोथ्स वो आप लगा सकते हो, या फिर अगर फीवर बहुत ज्यादा है 102 103 है तो आप उसको बाथ भी दे सकते हो विथ अ कोल्ड वाटर, बट नॉट विथ टू मच चिल्ड वाटर. इट मे कॉज अ काइंड ऑफ a chills because of the water. So you can give bath with a cold water. And along with that thing, the very important thing which is very important for your child is proper rest. आप ऐसा माहौल घर में बनाइए कि जिसकी वजह से वो प्रॉपर रेस्ट कर पाए, along with रेगुलर हाइड्रेशन, रेगुलर वाटर इंटेक. जो बच्चे जो 1 साल से छोटे हैं उनके लिए ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. It also help your child to hydrate, and also it help to enhance the immune system of your child and to fight against the fever. And along with that thing, your love, your care for your child, that is also very important. Along with, if it is required, you can call your doctor and give the medicine. So please, again and again, I am telling you, do not panic yourself as a parents specifically. Homeopathy say, I have treated many a child nowadays with these infections, and believe me, with a very short time, I can say less than 24 hours or the 48 hours, we can give them rest without any paracetamol or antibiotics, and immediately child get a kind of a become very much energetic once fever subside. So with this thing, thank you for hearing the things, and if you required any help from my side, you can contact me anytime. And thank you for a silent listening. Bye bye.